Have you ever felt stuck in life? Like you're trying everything, but nothing's changing? Well, what if I told you that the key to transforming your reality isn't about what you do, but how you think? That's right. Thinking in 5D could completely change your life. Now, before you start imagining some complex sci-fi concept, let me explain. 5D thinking isn't about adding two extra dimensions to our usual 3D world. It's actually about expanding your consciousness and seeing reality from a higher perspective. It's like stepping out of a maze you've been stuck in and suddenly being able to see the whole picture from above. This new view doesn't just show you the exit. It reveals paths you never knew existed. Imagine you're playing a video game. When you're in the game, you only see what's directly in front of your character. That's 3D thinking, limited to what's right in front of you. Now, imagine you could zoom out and see the entire game map, all the levels, and even the code behind the game. That's what 5D thinking feels like. You're not just playing the game anymore. You're understanding how it works and even changing the rules. This isn't just some feel-good idea. People who have learned to think in 5D report amazing changes in their lives. They find solutions to problems they've been struggling with for years. They discover opportunities they never noticed before. They even start to see challenges as exciting chances to grow rather than obstacles to avoid. It's like they've been given a new pair of glasses that lets them see the world in a completely different way. But here's the really exciting part. This isn't some special skill that only a few lucky people are born with. Anyone can learn to think in 5D. Yes, that includes you. It doesn't matter how old you are, what your background is, or what you do for a living. 5D thinking is a skill that can be developed, just like learning to ride a bike or speak a new language. And just like those skills, once you get the hang of it, it can open up a whole new world of possibilities. Now, you might be wondering, if it's so great, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, that's what we're going to explore in this video. We'll look at why most people are stuck in 3D thinking, what 5D thinking really means, and most importantly, how you can start shifting your own thinking to 5D. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what 5D thinking is and how it can change your life. You'll also have practical steps you can take to start thinking in 5D right away. So, are you ready to step into a new way of seeing the world? Are you ready to unlock potential you never knew you had? Let's dive in and discover the power of 5D thinking. Before we jump into how to think in 5D, it's crucial to understand why it matters so much. Let's talk about what happens if you keep thinking in the old 3D way. Trust me, the stakes are higher than you might think. When you're stuck in 3D thinking, you're essentially seeing the world through a narrow lens. It's like trying to understand a whole forest by looking at just one tree. You miss the bigger picture, the connections between things, and the hidden opportunities all around you. This limited view can keep you trapped in patterns that aren't serving you. For example, let's say you're unhappy in your job. With 3D thinking, you might see only two options: stay and be miserable, or quit and risk everything. You might feel stuck, stressed, and hopeless. You keep trying the same solutions over and over, wondering why nothing changes. It's frustrating, isn't it? This is what happens when your thinking is limited to what's right in front of you. But it gets worse. Staying in 3D thinking doesn't just affect your career. It impacts every area of your life. Your relationships might feel strained because you can't see beyond conflicts to find win-win solutions. Your health might suffer because you can't connect the dots between your lifestyle choices and how you feel. Your dreams might stay just that, dreams, because you can't see a way to make them real. The biggest cost of 3D thinking, though, is that it keeps you from living your full potential. You have so much more capability than you realize, but 3D thinking puts a cap on what you believe is possible. It's like having a supercomputer, but only using it to play simple games. You're missing out on so much. Now, let's flip the script. What happens when you start thinking in 5D? Well, it's like someone suddenly hands you the user manual for life. You start to see patterns and connections you never noticed before. Problems that seemed unsolvable suddenly have clear solutions. Opportunities you would have missed before now jump out at you. When you think in 5D, You're no longer at the mercy of your circumstances. Instead, you start to see how you can shape your reality. That job situation we talked about earlier? With 5D thinking, you might see ways to transform your current role or spot an entirely new career path you never considered before. Your relationships improve because you can understand different perspectives more easily. Your health gets better because you see the bigger picture of what contributes to well-being. But here's the really exciting part. Thinking in 5D opens up possibilities you never even dreamed of. It's not just about solving problems. It's about creating a life that truly excites you. People who master 5D thinking often report feeling like they're finally living the life they were meant to live. They feel more fulfilled, more connected, and more alive. Of course, shifting to 5D thinking isn't always easy. It requires you to challenge your assumptions, step out of your comfort zone, and sometimes face truths about yourself and the world that might be uncomfortable at first. It's a bit like exercising a muscle you've never used before. It might feel strange or even a bit painful at first, but the results are worth it. So, the choice is yours. You can stay in 3D thinking, dealing with the same problems, feeling stuck and frustrated. Or you can take the leap into 5D thinking and unlock a whole new level of living. Are you ready to make that choice? Now that we understand why 5D thinking is so important, let's break down what it really means. Don't worry, we're not going to get into complex physics or hard-to-understand concepts. 5D thinking is actually quite simple once you grasp the basics. At its core, 5D thinking is about expanding your awareness beyond the physical, three-dimensional world we typically focus on. It's about recognizing that there's more to reality than what we can see, touch, or measure. But what does that actually mean in practice? Let's start with 3D thinking, which is how most of us have been taught to see the world. In 3D thinking, we focus on the physical world and linear time. We see things as separate from each other. We think in terms of cause and effect, past and future. We believe that to change something, we need to take physical action. This isn't wrong, it's just limited. 5D thinking, on the other hand, recognizes that everything is connected. It sees time not as a straight line, but as a flexible dimension we can influence. In 5D thinking, your thoughts and feelings are just as real and powerful as physical actions. You start to understand that you're not just a passive observer of life, but an active creator of your reality. Here's an example to make it clearer. Let's say you want to improve your financial situation. In 3D thinking, you might focus solely on external actions, working longer hours, cutting expenses, looking for a better paying job. These aren't bad strategies, but they're limited. In 5D thinking, you'd also look at your internal world. You'd examine your beliefs about money, your feelings about wealth, and the energy you're putting out into the world. You might realize that your belief that money is hard to come by is actually creating that reality for you. You'd understand that feeling abundant now can actually attract more abundance to you. You'd see how your financial situation is connected to other areas of your life, like your self-worth or your willingness to receive. Another key aspect of 5D thinking is understanding that everything is energy. This isn't some woo-woo concept, it's backed by science. Everything in the universe, at its most basic level, is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. 5D thinking recognizes this and works with it. In practice, this means being aware of the energy you're putting out into the world. Are your thoughts, feelings, and actions aligned with what you want to create? Are you vibrating at the frequency of what you desire? This might sound strange at first, but it's really about making sure your inner world matches the outer world you want to create. 5D thinking also involves trusting your intuition more. In 3D thinking, we rely heavily on logic and what we can prove with our five senses. 5D thinking recognizes that we have access to wisdom beyond our rational minds. It's about learning to listen to that inner guidance and trusting it, even when it doesn't make logical sense. One of the most powerful aspects of 5D thinking is the recognition that time isn't as fixed as we think. In 3D thinking, we see time as a straight line past, present, future. In 5D thinking, we understand that the past, present, and future are all happening now. This might sound confusing, but it's actually incredibly empowering. Why? Because it means you're not bound by your past. You can change your relationship with past events, shifting their meaning and their impact on your present. It also means you can shape your future right now by aligning your energy with what you want to create. 5D thinking also involves seeing beyond duality. In 3D thinking, we often see things as either slash or good or bad, right or wrong, success or failure. 5D thinking recognizes that reality is more complex than that. It sees the value in all experiences and understands that what we might label as bad often leads to growth and new opportunities. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how does it actually help me in my day-to-day life? The beauty of 5D thinking is that it can be applied to everything. It can help you navigate relationships more smoothly by seeing beyond surface conflicts to the underlying connections. It can boost your creativity by accessing ideas beyond your usual thinking patterns. It can improve your health by understanding the mind-body connection on a deeper level. 5D thinking isn't about ignoring the physical world or abandoning logic. It's about expanding your awareness to include more than just the physical. It's about recognizing that you have more power to shape your reality than you might have realized. Think of it like this. 3D thinking is like seeing the world in black and white, while 5D thinking is like seeing in full color. You're not losing anything. You're gaining a whole new spectrum of possibility. As you start to grasp 5D thinking, you might find yourself looking at old problems in new ways. You might start noticing synchronicities, meaningful coincidences more often. You might feel more connected to others and to the world around you. These are all signs that you're starting to shift into 5D thinking. Remember, this isn't about getting it perfect right away. Shifting to 5D thinking is a journey, not a destination. It's about gradually expanding your awareness and trying out new ways of looking at the world. Even small shifts can lead to big changes in your life. In the next sections, we'll explore practical ways to start incorporating 5D thinking into your life. We'll look at exercises you can do, habits you can develop, and mindset shifts you can make. But for now, just sit with this new understanding of what 5D thinking is. Notice if you can start to see glimpses of this expanded awareness in your own life. 5D thinking isn't just a concept. It's a tool that can radically transform your experience of life. It's about stepping into your power as a creator of your reality. Are you ready to see what's possible when you expand your thinking to 5D? As we begin to explore the world of 5D thinking, it's important to first recognize when we're stuck in 3D patterns. These old ways of thinking can be so ingrained that we might not even realize we're doing them. Let's look at some common signs that you might be caught in 3D thinking. One of the biggest indicators is a constant feeling of being stuck or trapped. If you often find yourself thinking, I have no choice, or this is just how things are, you're likely viewing your situation through a 3D lens. This limited perspective makes you feel like a victim of circumstances rather than a creator of your reality. Another sign is a tendency to see everything in black and white. Do you often think in terms of either slash or? For example, either I stay in this job I hate, or I'll be broke. This kind of thinking ignores the vast range of possibilities that exist between extremes. It's a classic 3D trap that can keep you from seeing creative solutions. Focusing solely on the physical world is another hallmark of 3D thinking. If you believe that only things you can see, touch, or measure are real, you're missing out on a whole dimension of experience. This might show up as dismissing intuition, ignoring the power of thoughts and emotions, or being overly skeptical of anything that can't be proven scientifically. Do you find yourself constantly dwelling on the past or worrying about the future? This linear view of time is very 3D. It can keep you from fully experiencing and creating in the present moment. You might catch yourself saying things like, if only I had done things differently, or I'll be happy when. Another sign is a belief that change is hard or takes a long time. In 3D thinking, we often believe that to change our lives, we need to take massive action over a long period. While action is important, This view overlooks the power of energy and consciousness in creating rapid shifts. Feeling disconnected or separate from others and the world around you is another indicator. In 3D thinking, we see ourselves as isolated individuals separate from everything else. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, competition, and a lack of empathy. Do you often feel like life is happening to you rather than for you? This passive stance is very 3D. It's the feeling that you're at the mercy of external events rather than an active participant in creating your reality. Another sign is a strong attachment to being right or proving others wrong. In 3D thinking, we often believe there's only one correct way to see things. This can lead to conflicts in relationships and a closed-minded approach to life. If you find yourself constantly judging experiences as good or bad, that's another 3D trap. This judgmental attitude can prevent you from seeing the value in all experiences and can keep you stuck in negative patterns. Lastly, if you believe that your thoughts and feelings don't really matter or impact your life, you're definitely in 3D mode. This overlooks the powerful role that our internal world plays in shaping our external reality. Recognizing these patterns in yourself isn't about self-criticism. It's about awareness. We all fall into 3D thinking sometimes. It's part of the human experience. The key is to start noticing when it's happening so you can choose a different perspective. As you read through these signs, you might have recognized some in yourself. That's okay. In fact, it's great, because once you can see these patterns, you can start to shift them. Awareness is the first step towards change. In the next sections, we'll explore how to move beyond these 3D patterns and start embracing 5D thinking. But for now, just start noticing. Pay attention to your thoughts and see if you can catch yourself in these 3D traps. Each time you notice is an opportunity to choose a different way of thinking. Remember, the goal isn't to never have 3D thoughts. It's to recognize when you're in 3D mode so you can consciously choose to shift to a higher perspective. This awareness alone can start to create profound changes in your life. Now that we've identified the signs of 3D thinking, let's explore the incredible benefits that come with shifting to 5D thinking. These benefits aren't just theoretical. They're real-life changes that people experience when they start to expand their consciousness. One of the most immediate benefits of 5D thinking is a greater sense of peace and ease in your life. When you understand that everything is connected and that you're an active creator of your reality, you stop fighting against life. Instead of feeling like you're swimming upstream, you start to flow with the current of life. This doesn't mean you never face challenges, but you approach them with a sense of curiosity and opportunity rather than stress and resistance. Another powerful benefit is increased intuition and clarity. As you open up to 5D thinking, you start to trust your inner guidance more. You might find yourself having aha moments more often or feeling a stronger sense of knowing what's right for you. This can help you make decisions more easily and navigate life with greater confidence. 5D thinking also leads to more harmonious relationships. When you see beyond surface-level conflicts and understand the deeper connections between all people, you naturally become more compassionate and understanding. You're able to see others' perspectives more easily, which can help resolve conflicts and deepen your connections. One of the most exciting benefits is an expansion of what you believe is possible for your life. In 3D thinking, we often limit ourselves based on past experiences or societal expectations. But in 5D thinking, you start to see that these limitations are just illusions. You begin to dream bigger and, more importantly, believe in your ability to achieve those dreams. Many people who shift to 5D thinking report experiencing more synchronicities in their lives. These are those magical moments of perfect timing or meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. As you start to see the interconnectedness of all things, you'll likely notice more of these synchronicities, which can guide you towards opportunities and experiences aligned with your highest good. Another benefit is a greater sense of empowerment. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you start to see how you can influence your reality through your thoughts, feelings, and energy. This doesn't mean you can control everything in your life, but you realize you have much more power than you previously thought. 5D thinking also leads to improved health and well-being. When you understand the mind-body-spirit connection more deeply, you naturally start to make choices that support your overall wellness. You might find yourself intuitively drawn to healthier foods, enjoyable forms of exercise, or practices that reduce stress. Creativity often blossoms with 5D thinking. As you open up to new possibilities and perspectives, you may find yourself having more innovative ideas. Whether you're an artist, a business person, or just someone looking to solve everyday problems, this expanded creativity can be incredibly valuable. Many people experience a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life as they shift to 5D thinking. You start to see how your individual journey fits into the larger tapestry of life. This can bring a profound sense of fulfillment and motivation. Lastly, 5D thinking often leads to a more abundant life, and not just in terms of money. While financial abundance can certainly be a result, you also experience abundance in love, joy, opportunities, and meaningful experiences. You start to see that the universe is inherently abundant, and as you align with this truth, you naturally attract more goodness into your life. It's important to note that these benefits don't usually all appear overnight. Shifting to 5D thinking is a journey, and you'll likely experience these benefits gradually. Some might show up quickly, while others may take more time to manifest. Also, embracing 5D thinking doesn't mean you'll never experience challenges or negative emotions. Life still has its ups and downs. The difference is in how you perceive and respond to these experiences. With 5D thinking, you're better equipped to find the growth opportunities and challenges and to move through difficult emotions more easily. As you start to experience these benefits, you might find that they build on each other. For example, as you feel more peaceful, your relationships might improve. As your relationships improve, you might feel more supported in pursuing your dreams. As you pursue your dreams, you might experience more abundance. It's a beautiful upward spiral of positive change. Remember, these benefits are not out of reach for anyone. They're the natural result of expanding your consciousness and aligning with a higher perspective. Every small shift you make towards 5D thinking opens the door to these possibilities. In the next sections, we'll explore practical ways to start thinking in 5D. But for now, take a moment to imagine how your life might change if you experience these benefits. How would it feel to have more peace, clarity, and abundance in your life? What might you do differently if you truly believed in your power to shape your reality? Let these possibilities inspire you as we move forward into the practical application of 5D thinking. The journey to unlocking your full potential starts with a single step, and that step is the decision to open your mind to a new way of thinking. Now that we understand what 5D thinking is and the benefits it can bring, let's dive into how to actually start shifting our perspective. The first step in this journey is all about expanding your awareness. This means opening your mind to possibilities beyond what you currently perceive and starting to see the world in a new light. One of the most powerful ways to begin expanding your awareness is through mindfulness and present moment awareness. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly profound. In our 3D thinking patterns, we often get caught up in thoughts about the past or future, missing the richness of the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, you start to break this pattern. Try this. Several times throughout your day, pause and bring your full attention to the present moment. Notice the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the air on your skin. This simple practice helps you step out of the linear time perspective of 3D thinking and into the expansive now of 5D consciousness. Another key aspect of expanding your awareness is learning to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. In 5D thinking, we understand that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness behind the thoughts. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing. To practice this, try setting aside a few minutes each day for quiet reflection. During this time, simply watch your thoughts as they come and go without judging them or trying to change them. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. You're not trying to stop thinking. You're just becoming aware of the process. Expanding your awareness also involves opening up to the idea that there's more to reality than what we can perceive with our five senses. This doesn't mean you have to believe in anything specific. It's more about being open to possibilities. One way to explore this is by paying attention to your intuition. We all have moments of intuitive knowing, but in 3D thinking, we often dismiss these as coincidence or imagination. Start giving more weight to these intuitive hits. When you have a gut feeling about something, pause and acknowledge it. You don't have to act on every intuitive feeling, but by paying attention, you're opening up to a broader spectrum of information. Expanding your awareness also involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. In 5D thinking, we understand that everything in the universe is connected at a fundamental level. To start seeing this in your own life, try this exercise. At the end of each day, reflect on the events of your day and see if you can spot connections or patterns you might have missed earlier. You might be surprised at how seemingly unrelated events are actually intricately linked. Another powerful practice for expanding awareness is gratitude. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. This aligns you with the abundance mindset of 5D thinking. Try starting or ending your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Really feel the gratitude as you do this. It's not just about going through the motions. Learning to see beyond duality is another crucial aspect of expanding your awareness. In 3D thinking, we tend to see things as either good or bad, right or wrong. To shift this, start looking for the middle ground in situations. When you encounter something you perceive as negative, challenge yourself to find something positive about it. This doesn't mean ignoring real problems, but it helps you see the fuller picture. Expanding your awareness also involves paying attention to energy, both your own and that of others. Start noticing how different people, places, or situations make you feel energetically. Do you feel uplifted and energized or drained and heavy? This awareness of energy is a key aspect of 5D thinking. Another powerful practice is to start questioning your beliefs and assumptions. Many of our limiting beliefs come from 3D thinking patterns we've absorbed from our environment. Start asking yourself, is this really true about beliefs you hold, especially those that limit you? You might be surprised at how many of your beliefs don't hold up under scrutiny. Lastly, make an effort to expose yourself to new ideas and perspectives. Read books on topics you wouldn't normally consider. Have conversations with people who think differently from you, or try new experiences. This helps break you out of mental ruts and opens your mind to new possibilities. Remember, expanding your awareness is not about reaching a specific destination. It's an ongoing process of opening up to more of what life has to offer. You don't need to force anything or try to have mystical experiences. Simply being open and curious is enough to start the shift. As you practice these awareness-expanding techniques, you might start to notice subtle changes in how you perceive the world. Colors might seem brighter, synchronicities might occur more often, or you might feel a deeper sense of connection to others and the world around you. These are all signs that you're beginning to shift into 5D thinking. Don't worry if you don't experience dramatic changes right away. Every small shift in awareness is valuable and builds on itself over time. The key is to be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey of discovery. In the next section, we'll explore the second step in shifting to 5D thinking, which builds on this expanded awareness. But for now, focus on incorporating these awareness-expanding practices into your daily life. Each moment of increased awareness is a step towards a more expansive, 5D way of thinking and being. Now that we've explored ways to expand your awareness, let's move on to the second crucial step in thinking in 5D, shifting your energy. In 5D thinking, we understand that everything is energy, including our thoughts and emotions. By consciously working with your energy, you can start to create significant changes in your life. The first technique for shifting your energy is to become aware of your emotional state throughout the day. Our emotions are a form of energy, and they have a powerful impact on our experiences. Start by simply noticing how you feel at different points in your day. Are you feeling excited, anxious, peaceful, or frustrated? This awareness is the first step in being able to shift your energy. Once you're aware of your emotional state, you can start to consciously choose how you want to feel. This doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions. It's about understanding that you have the power to shift your emotional state. If you notice you're feeling anxious, for example, you might take a few deep breaths and consciously choose to feel calm instead. Visualization is another powerful tool for shifting your energy. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life or a specific goal you want to achieve. As you visualize, really feel the emotions you would experience if your vision were already reality. This aligns your energy with what you want to create, making it more likely to manifest in your physical reality. Affirmations can also be a great way to shift your energy. Choose phrases that align with the reality you want to create and repeat them regularly. For example, I am worthy of love and abundance, or I trust in the perfect unfolding of my life. The key is to really feel the truth of these statements as you say them, rather than just repeating them mechanically. Physical movement is another effective way to shift your energy. This could be through exercise, dance, yoga, or even just taking a walk in nature. Pay attention to how different types of movement affect your energy. You might find that certain activities help you feel more grounded, while others make you feel energized and inspired. Meditation is a powerful practice for shifting your energy. It allows you to detach from the constant chatter of your mind and connect with a deeper sense of peace and clarity. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can have a significant impact on your overall energy. Another important aspect of shifting your energy is becoming aware of what drains your energy and what energizes you. Start noticing the people, activities, and environments that leave you feeling depleted, and those that leave you feeling inspired and alive. As you become more aware of this, you can make conscious choices to spend more time on energy-boosting activities and less on energy-draining ones. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to shift your energy. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. Try starting or ending your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Really feel the gratitude as you do this. Working with your breath is a simple but powerful way to shift your energy. Deep, conscious breathing can help calm your nervous system and shift you into a more peaceful state. Try taking a few deep breaths whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed. Lastly, remember that your thoughts have a significant impact on your energy. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. Are you constantly criticizing yourself or others? Are you focusing on problems or solutions? Start consciously choosing thoughts that align with the energy you want to cultivate. As you practice these techniques, you might start to notice that you feel lighter, more positive, and more in control of your life. You might find yourself naturally attracting more positive experiences and people. This is a sign that you're successfully shifting your energy and aligning more with 5D thinking. Remember, shifting your energy is an ongoing practice. Don't expect perfection. It's normal to have ups and downs. The key is to keep coming back to these practices, especially when you notice your energy dipping. As you embark on your journey to 5D thinking, it's important to be aware of some common challenges you might face. Understanding these challenges and knowing how to navigate them can help you stay on track and continue making progress. One of the most common challenges is doubt. As you start to explore 5D thinking, you might find yourself questioning whether it's really possible to change your reality through your thoughts and energy. This is perfectly normal. Our 3D conditioning runs deep, and it can take time to fully embrace a new way of thinking. To overcome doubt, start by acknowledging it when it arises. Remember that doubt is just a thought, not a reality. Then, gently remind yourself of the positive changes you've already experienced, no matter how small. Keep a journal of your experiences and insights to look back on when doubt creeps in. Another challenge is inconsistency. You might find yourself slipping back into old 3D thinking patterns, especially during stressful times. This is also normal and doesn't mean you're failing. The key is to be patient with yourself and view these slip-ups as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. To address inconsistency, try to make your 5D practices a regular part of your daily routine. Start small. Even just a few minutes of mindfulness or gratitude practice each day can make a big difference. Also, have a plan for what to do when you notice yourself slipping into old patterns. This might be a specific affirmation you repeat or a quick meditation you do. Resistance from others can also be a challenge. As you start to change your way of thinking, you might encounter skepticism or even criticism from friends, family, or colleagues who are still firmly in 3D thinking. This can be disheartening and might make you question your new path. To deal with this, remember that everyone is on their own journey. You don't need to convince others of the validity of 5D thinking. Instead, focus on your own growth and let your results speak for themselves. Surround yourself with supportive people when possible, and consider joining groups or communities of like-minded individuals. Impatience is another common challenge. As you start to understand the power of 5D thinking, you might become frustrated if you don't see immediate, dramatic changes in your life. Remember that shifting your entire way of perceiving and interacting with reality is a process that takes time. To overcome impatience, focus on enjoying the journey rather than fixating on the destination. Celebrate small victories and changes. Practice trusting in the timing of your life, and remember that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't always look that way from your current perspective. Fear can also be a significant challenge. As you start to step into your power as a creator of your reality, you might find old fears surfacing. This could be fear of success, fear of change, or fear of the unknown. To work through fear, first acknowledge it without judgment. Then, remind yourself that fear is often just false evidence appearing real. Use your 5D thinking to look beyond the fear and see the opportunities it might be hiding. Visualize yourself moving through the fear and emerging stronger on the other side. Lastly, you might face the challenge of feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot to learn and practice when it comes to 5D thinking, and it can sometimes feel like too much to handle. To avoid overwhelm, remember that you don't need to master everything at once. Take it one step at a time. Focus on one or two practices that resonate with you and really dive into those before adding more. Remember that every small step forward is progress. As you face these challenges, remember that they're all part of the journey. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your 5D thinking and brings you closer to mastering this new way of perceiving and interacting with reality. As we come to the end of our exploration of 5D thinking, let's take a moment to reflect on the transformative journey we've embarked upon. We've delved into what 5D thinking really means, recognized the signs of being stuck in 3D patterns, and discovered the incredible benefits that come with shifting our perspective. We've learned practical steps to start thinking in 5D, from expanding our awareness to consciously shifting our energy. We've also addressed common challenges that might arise on this path and explored ways to overcome them. Remember, shifting to 5D thinking isn't about reaching a final destination. It's an ongoing journey of growth, expansion, and self-discovery. Each step you take towards this higher perspective opens up new possibilities in your life. As you continue to practice 5D thinking, you may find that your life begins to flow more easily. You might notice more synchronicities, feel a deeper sense of peace and purpose, and experience more abundance in all areas of your life. You may find yourself naturally attracting experiences and relationships that align with your highest good. But perhaps the most profound change will be in how you perceive yourself and your place in the universe. As you embrace 5D thinking, you'll come to understand on a deep level that you are a powerful creator of your reality. You'll recognize the interconnectedness of all things and your role in the grand tapestry of life. This shift in perspective doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or difficult emotions. Life will still have its ups and downs. The difference is in how you approach these experiences. With 5D thinking, you'll be better equipped to find the growth opportunities and challenges and to move through difficult emotions with grace and understanding. As you move forward from here, be patient and kind with yourself. Remember that every small shift in your thinking is valuable. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Trust in the process and know that you are constantly evolving and expanding. Continue to question your assumptions. Stay open to new possibilities and nurture your connection with your inner wisdom. Keep practicing mindfulness, gratitude, and energy awareness. These practices will support you in maintaining and deepening your 5D perspective. Most importantly, remember that you are not alone on this journey. As more and more people awaken to 5D consciousness, we are collectively creating a new reality based on love, unity, and infinite possibility. Thank you for embarking on this exploration of 5D thinking. May your journey be filled with wonder, growth, and beautiful discoveries. As you step into your power as a 5D thinker, remember that you have the ability to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is waiting to co-create with you. Are you ready to step into your 5D reality?